let's talk about 3 hybrid versus 3 iron. What's the difference? What's the big deal? Okay, 3 irons were in a lot of sets before. They would come standard. Often standard sets used to be 2 iron down to like sandwich. Now they've started removing the upper end of the bag and replacing them with hybrids. So why have they started replacing all the top end irons with hybrids? Well, because hybrids are much easier to hit. Hybrids were a mixture between, that's why it's called a hybrid, an iron and a fairway wood. So instead of having this long back here, they would give it a little short back, but that little extra body, little air pocket there, allows a lot of weight that would be wasted around here to be pushed into this kind of like a head, you know, that is kind of like a little vacuum, I guess you could call it. I don't know. But because of that, it allowed a more flexible face because that metal's being used everywhere now, and the sweet spot grew just a little bit more than the old irons used to. Another thing that they do with this is that they create a very light head which goes into a light graphite shaft. You can get graphite shafts in your irons, but it's very rare to really find 3 irons with graphite shafts, because I think to myself, why would you get a 3 iron head with a graphite shaft in it if there's graphite shafted hybrids, which are basically the same thing? But I guess some people like the look of an iron head, which if you do, the 3 iron is going to be really nice. For example, I can't hit hybrids. Hybrids for me just go left. I don't know what it is. I've tried as hard as I can. I've tried different kinds. I've tried square-faced ones. Nothing seems to really work for me. It could be a head thing. That's why I have the 3 iron. I like the 3 iron. It is a difficult club to hit. And for most people, 98% of golfers, I'd say don't get a 3 iron. I'd say go for the 3 hybrid. The only tricky thing is you may have to drop it from a 3 hybrid down to a 4 hybrid. So if you want a hybrid, you know, if you want to plug a hole in your game, you want to get the hybrid that's going to correspond with the distance you want to hit, because it can be tempting to think a 3 hybrid and a 3 iron go the same distance. It just doesn't work like that. I mean, this 3 iron I can max out on a really good shot, carry of like 230, 235. I don't think I'm going to get much more than that, and that's max out. A 3 hybrid that I have owned in the past, like I say, I've tried them. I've hit shots that are like insane distances, 260, 265, and it's just because of that thin trampoline-like face and this body behind here, which allows a more forgiving, a more powerful shot, plus the extra weight they've removed in a graphite shaft over a steel shaft. This just makes all the difference for a lot of people, because you need a swing speed pretty high to get this 3 iron nicely up in the air, beautiful flight, without just giving one of those, do you know what I mean? And because of that, if you don't have the swing speed, a lot of the time you lose it outright with a big slice, block slice. Not great. So this is really for people who can hit the ball in the middle of the face quite a lot and have the swing speed and confidence and love the look of an iron. But if you're just somebody who's just trying to plug a hole in your bag and you've got an iron up to 4 iron or 5 iron, you may find that you get a hybrid that works well for you. And a 3 hybrid is going to be maybe 19, 20 degrees, and this iron is also 19, 20 degrees, but the difference in the way it's constructed just helps you get that extra distance, helps you get the ball in the air easier, helps you to get more swing speed because of that lighter shaft, lighter head, the way they weight it. So definitely I'd prefer a hybrid for most people over the 3 iron. This 3 iron is not even in my bag at the moment because of something else I found, which is a 7 wood. 7 wood, 4 hybrid, 3 hybrid, 5 hybrid, 5 wood. Play around with it, and you'll find something happy medium. But just understand, this is lighter, goes longer, it tends to go less right than the iron. The graphite shaft is normally in it, and it's got a flexible face that really rebounds. This one is just a standard iron head, steel shaft, a bit heavier, requires a center strike all the time, otherwise it doesn't go anywhere, and really quite difficult off the turf compared to the hybrid. Gun to my head, if I had to pick one for you, I'd go 3 hybrid.